You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And oh, that is loud. I think your iPod's still playing there.
I liked that intro. It felt
It-
very Renaissance fair.
Absolutely. And we just heard Agalok with the song Limbs and Catatonia with the song Saw You Drowned. Boom.
Sounds like a very foreign show today.
It definitely does. We're in the studio with us.
Oh, you had it before
Austaras.
this.
Austaras.
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 Damn it. I just lost the confidence in myself. Well, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what you do and who's missing and what they do.
My name's John. I play guitar and I sing, and I play keyboards. And
My name is Shane. I handle guitars and atmospheres, concepts of Austaras.
I like it. He handles guitars,
And,
and then you play guitar and keyboard at the same time and sing. That's very awesome.
and we also have a drummer named Adam. He's not here currently, and we also have a lead singer and bassist named Tim. And he's also currently not present.
They're busy rocking out somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Living in the real world.
So tell us a little bit about your band name, because it's...
Spell that for us.
Austaras is spelled Austaras. It's correctly pronounced Austaras, but we figure we just pronounce it like normal
Americans
would.
Version, yeah.
The background on the name is it comes from Lithuanian mythology, or technically Baltic mythology, and Austaras is a god of wind and storms at sea, and he's kind of that idea kind of helps represent what our music means to us and how the power of nature is greater than man.
So how did you just randomly come about this Lithuanian mythology?
It wasn't random. Shane and I are both very interested in old mythology ideas. Both very into the Nordic and Germanic mythologies. Unfortunately, a lot of those have been watered down by a lot of people misusing ideas and gods from those respective areas. And a good friend of ours is 100% Lithuanian, and it just kind of inspired me to check out the Baltic region. And I'm also Hungarian, so I have a little connection to that, I guess.
So is there any plans to eventually go to Lithuania and
Oh, yeah.
see where you're...
Yeah, I
definitely.
actually discussed this with this friend this week, and there's someday we definitely want to play a castle in Lithuania. That's definitely an
Nice.
idea.
That's one of the best goals I've heard in a while.
I think
I
that
want to
is
play a
the
castle
best
in
goal.
Lithuania. So tell us about how you guys all ended up meeting, because you had said while we weren't on air that one of your members is from Milwaukee.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Yep.
how does this exactly work for you guys?
Well, our current drummer is not our original drummer. We had gone through a number of possible candidates, and suffice it to say that our current drummer just blew us away. I mean, his technical ability was bar none. It was amazing. And the second we sort of connected and jammed with him, we knew that he had to be in the band and that he was going to be our guy.
Love it for first play.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, what happened was Shane and I met in 2008 at Elmhurst College, and for about a year, we were kind of just writing music, getting to know each other better. We realized we connected on a lot of deeper levels than just liking a few certain bands. And soon, a year later, Adam came to the school, and we met him and found out he was a drummer, and I heard him play, and I knew he was going to be our guy. And basically, in 2009, 2010 is when we finally started really getting going. And yeah, we've just been trying to grow since. And in 2010, after we started recording this, we had gone through a few members, and finally we found our current singer bassist. We were in Colorado, he and I, and we decided that he said he was gonna help out, and yeah, that's we kind of went through layers. So Shane and I first met,
Yeah.
then we found the drummer, then we found our singer and bassist. So
Did you find him in Colorado, or you guys
no,
were just
we went on a trip together, and that's
Ah.
when we kind of realized that this was meant to be.
rock and roll?
So bands that need members, check out Elmhurst College.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
Apparently, it
definitely.
produces magic metal bands.
Yeah, there's a lot of great music people there.
Oh yeah.
So, when you guys started writing, did you have the intention of being more of a mythological band with your...
Sort of. Yeah, I would say that initially it was just sort of like riffs, basic musical ideas. But then, of course, not long after that, we had sort of like concepts in mind, trying to not imitate but emulate our, favorite bands, who would, it'd be something more than just a riff or, a structure. It would be something with a really deep background. And we knew that was the direction we were headed from the beginning, I would say, or from the start.
Well, what I found interesting is your name and everything. A lot of the bands that are with your type of name, they're mostly European, are they not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so having like an American metal band with like a mythological name is awesome. That's what I'm trying to get at,
Yeah,
guys.
we're a bit fish out of water, so to speak, in the United States, but...
So you guys have this awesome CD that you brought to show us, and if you guys at home actually buy this is pretty awesome. You screen printed your EP on your own.
Yeah, that's correct. We're lucky enough to know a guy named Austin Lund from the band Panopticon and Seder.
Wait, say that
Who?
one more time.
He's from these two bands one's called Panopticon.
Oh, I thought it was one full band. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Okay,
What?
so Panopticon?
No, Panopticon.
Panopticon.
Yeah, it's an incredible black metal band, and his doom band is called Seder, which is a Norse word. He's a great friend of ours, and he helped us screen print these. He has a whole screen printing workshop, and there's a picture of it on our Big Cartel web store. We put a picture of that.
So what is the image of, and what were the steps you took to create your own E EP?
The image was created by a Belgian friend of Shane and I's named Niels Gables, and
That's a solid name.
yeah, and it's basically a depiction of a boat at sea with a very stormy sky. And if you saw the full color artwork, you could tell there's a lot of layers and a lot of deep color, lots of blues and grays, which are very special to us. And so basically, a lot of this record has to do with different forms of nature. And I don't know. Shane, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, no, I would say that specifically for the artwork, we had a seafaring image in mind, being at the waves and whatnot, and trying to describe to this Belgian friend of ours what we wanted. I just gave him vague ideas, and he created this thing.
It
out of
looks
our
pretty
ideas.
bite ice.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean...
It's definitely original. We've never seen anyone. We have tons of people send us shit or bands that come in. We've never seen anyone do something like that. I like it.
Cool.
cool.
Me, aside from...
So where can people find
Yeah.
these?
We have a Big Cartel. It's austaras.bigcartel.com. It's a web store. And we have our CD and shirt and stickers and soon patches for sale.
There's a link on your Facebook page, is there not? Okay.
Yeah, we post it all wherever we can. It's just our, if you go on a Big Cartel and search our band, it's right there. And we have them for sale at shows, and hopefully we'll have a record label want to repress it for
So
broader.
you printed 200 of these,
That's right.
like all hand done.
Right.
How long did that take you?
Surprisingly, one night it only took about an hour and a half, and
To
a
do
bit-
200?
Hour and a half to do 200 screen
Uh,
what?
2 hours and a big bottle of beer. It was, yeah.
Oh my god, that's back and front, folks. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we were churning them out pretty well.
And then you have an image on your CD.
That's correct. It's another one of Mr. Gable's pieces of art that go with the record. It's just another image. Is basically just of the sea with the sky, and it's just a lot of texture. And this image kind of brings to mind the second song on the EP. It has to do with this image. Kind of has to do with that song.
Yeah, I mean, to develop further on that, the second track is called Wreck of Hope, which is the English translation of, forgetting my German. Another name for this painting is called Das Eismeer, the Sea of Ice. It's a Caspar Friedrich painting.
Yeah, Caspar Friedrich.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I'm getting a history lesson here.
anyhow, that was the influence for that track and for that kind of frozen sea skies, concept.
So this is just your EP. You're working on a full length right now.
Mhm.
So what are the plans for your artwork? You're going to press 500 CDs and screen print them, or?
Hopefully, we're kind of talking to some record labels right now, and we're basically almost finished writing our first full length, which is hopefully going to be on LP and CD, and it'll be one LP, 3 songs on each side, so 6 songs, and it's a concept album that takes place in the desert, not a specific desert, but I think definitely the American West was kind of an idea to it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can have a full gatefold cover that covers both the back and front, and then a whole inside image with a booklet inside. But I mean, this is all, we just hope. There's going to be a lot of more like tan and sand and tans and grays in the next record, color-wise.
So this one is more ocean and water. The
Right.
next one's going to be all desert and
Right.
Then are you going to do like grass and trees and
Maybe.
the elements?
Maybe
We're
we'll
going.
yeah, maybe we'll
I'm
just
sorry,
do-
I'm trying to sound smart. You guys are making me feel really dumb.
we'll do all black metal record that's all fire, and then an all folk album that's all forests.
nice.
Well, I'm interested in hearing. We've listened to your stuff before, but I'd like to hear the first song.
I'd like
off
to
of
hear
the-
track 2.
Okay.
you
Well, whatever
talked
you
about.
guys want to start with.
Let's put on. This is the second song off the EP, which is entitled "Under the Abysmal Light," and that title of our debut comes from this song, so it's probably a good place to start. And
And what's this called?
this is called "Wreck of Hope." A lot of the middle part. Well, yeah, you can just listen and make up your own minds and conclusions. Here it is.
listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
Have you been searching for a radio station that plays a variety of music, but all you hear is junk? Slam Internet Radio has shows throughout the week where you can hear a variety of stuff. The Metal Experience from 8 to 10 p.m. on Tuesday nights, Friday Night Anarchy from 10 p.m. to midnight on Friday nights, and the Hit Factory from 10:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. on Saturday nights are just a few great shows we have. Just go to slaminternetradio.com and click on the Listen Live tab at the top of the website.
All right, this is DJ Guy.
This is Moose, and I'm here to tell you about Beyond the Limit Smoke Shop and Piercing Studio.
Kicking ass since '89.
7316 West Irving, 1 block west of the Hip Shopping Center in Norwich. Others try to compete, but can't come close. Beyond the Limit's superior selection, pricing, and service leave the competition in the dust.
Got it?
Beyond the Limit Smoke Shop and Piercing Studio has the largest selection of music-related merchandise in the Midwest. T-shirts, posters, tapestries, wallets, lamps, banks, buttons, stickers, and patches, to name a few.
Come on down and check it out.
Want a piercing and want it done right? Our master piercers are on staff for all your piercing needs, using only the highest grade American-made surgical steel implantable jewelry.
American made.
Best selection of body bod mags, kicking smoke shop fully stocked with papers to hookahs of all types, parts from hand pipe to your vapes. And if we don't got it,
We'll get it.
into independent punk, ska, psychobilly, or metal, best catalog in Metro Chicago. Prove us wrong. Come on by 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
We love to see you all.
Jamming with the best for 23 years and looking for 23 more. Keep on rocking with Beyond the Limit.
Friend us on Facebook.
Beyond the Limit Smoke Shop and Piercing Studio, 1 block west of the Hip Shopping Center.
Rock on.
Rock on. It's all. Oh, we're back.
Why are
Lauren.
you
Pointing
what?
at you. That means you go.
So we just heard on Lugo's request the second song off of your EP.
Under the Abysmal Light.
Yes. And what was that song actually about?
Basically just perseverance, I would say. That's probably just the easiest way to put it.
Perseverance, enduring hardship,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Intense emotions.
And I guess like in the closer to the end when it gets really quiet, I have like a certain picture when I kind of see Lake Michigan at about midnight with the moon on the water, and I just have like this same picture I see every time we play that part. I see like the
Hey, what a
same vision.
great idea for a music video.
Yep.
Have you not done that yet? No music video?
I have an idea of like a video. We wouldn't be in it, of course. We would just have like a story, but it'd be for the next record, and we'd have to go fly out to like Arizona or California. Where
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about it enough where a friend of mine actually gave me the contacts for a film guy. So if we have like, $1,000 or so, or $5,000, whatever it's going to cost, I don't know. We'll get to that hurdle when we have to, I guess.
You guys are a very ambitious band. I really like it. So,
Very soft-spoken ambition.
yeah. Your CD was recorded where?
We recorded the bass tracks. We recorded the drums and the acoustic guitars. We basically recorded everything at the Elmhurst College Gretsch studio, which is a amazing facility we have for use at our school.
For free?
Yeah, basically for free. We just had to pay our friends who were engineering it. Basically what happened, we recorded most of the record. Then we had to go back and redo other stuff because we had a member quit. We had like a falling out. But basically on the record, we recorded the drums and acoustic guitars there. We recorded the vocals and the bass tracks at a family friend of mine's home studio named Chuck Bine, who's a great guy and a great recording engineer. And then we recorded the guitars with a friend of ours from Germany. It was a process called reamping, where basically we record the files here and we send the files to him, and then he somehow, I'm not exactly sure how it works, he plays the files through one of his amps and he records it, and he recorded it in Germany. And his band's called Lantlos, which is getting a lot of press lately. And then he mixed and mastered the album. And I actually was able to visit him in December. I stayed there for New Year's. I was living in Europe at the time, so it was awesome.
How long did you live in Europe?
5 months.
Jeez.
I went to a whole semester school in Austria.
I don't know what to say. That's pretty
We're both
awesome.
just sitting here with our jaws open, just bad
Can
ass.
I like live in your life for like a year just to get all these experiences and knowledge? Because I feel like I've done nothing compared to you guys.
You run a radio show.
This guy works with heart machines. I'm not that smart.
Well, everything takes time.
I wouldn't be able to consume that knowledge. That's pretty awesome. Did you have any sort of culture shock when you went over there of the differences?
No, I was kind of I knew what I was going to get into, I guess, and I'd been to Germany and Switzerland before, and I had been taking German actually with Shane here for 4 semesters.
Yeah.
Do you
2
have
years.
Yeah.
fluent conversations with each other in German?
No, we just kind of we work on it though. We text each other in German whenever we
Yeah.
can and stuff.
Were you able to check out any awesome metal shows?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What are their shows like compared to ours?
That's a good question. I would say a little more conservative in the I went to a lot of shows in Munich. I guess the crowd is a little more conservative, but very into it. It's pretty much the same.
Now, did you see local shows or did you see like huge headlining bands or both?
The biggest show I saw was Opeth. I saw them play at a pretty big hall in Munich, and then other bands like Donnerreich in Salzburg. That was smaller, local. There weren't that many local shows where I was living on the border in Austria, so there wasn't that many. There wasn't a huge metal scene there, but we had like a metal record store and bar that was like our go-to place that I went to. But yeah, I mean like Donnerreich, Door to Do is a Romanian band, Opeth, Kavaltak from Norway. That was a pretty big show.
A lot of people show up?
Yeah, I mean, the shows are pretty much just like here. The venues are a little different. They don't have old theaters as much. They've all been destroyed, I think, for the most part. So they have a lot of shows in almost weird, like, halls that have been converted to venues. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's a great atmosphere, and we definitely want to tour in Europe within the next 2 years.
Have
So
you
cool.
posted pictures at all of any of these places that maybe you can look at on your Facebook?
Morgan
or
wants to
something?
live her life through your pictures.
I do.
So
Yeah, there's pictures of those shows on
Nice. I'm gonna
what were
stalk
the ticket
you.
sale like?
Yeah.
Ticket prices about the same over here.
there. Yeah, very reasonable. I mean, the prices are pretty much the same. Yeah, there's
I'm flying to Germany for some
So
shows.
next
Yeah,
next
I
time
would.
you're gonna go to Wacken, right? Is that a goal?
yeah. I've
Eventually.
always wanted to go there.
I do too. It
Wacken
sells out
or-
every year. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
2 of my buddies have been there. I mean, it's basically just a big. You're gonna get dirty. You're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
sweaty. You're
Gigantic.
gonna.
You just-
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
so fun.
huge. I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean, we'd love to play there someday, maybe.
Hey, you never know.
So what are you gonna do with the next recording? Are you gonna do the same thing? Is go back and
Same
forth?
process?
Yeah.
Somewhat. We're planning to, I guess with recording, we're going to tackle the guitars first.
Well,
I would
this time we're gonna try to do everything in one studio with one guy,
yeah.
and get it done as quickly and precisely as possible.
Right.
Our friend Spencer Morris, who is a great audio engineer, we're probably going to record at Mystery Street Recording Studio, which is on Lincoln Avenue, and then another studio called Observatory, which is on somewhere over there in Lincoln Park. And yeah, we're going to record drums, guitars, bass, vocals, and keyboards and all that stuff. Just try to get it done as efficiently as possible.
What do you do with your keyboards live? Do you do a track?
We haven't. There's actually no keyboards on the first record. I also play violin, so there's a violin part.
Awesome.
And, on the next record, we're gonna have a lot of keyboards. I bought this keyboard that's powered by your feet. It's Rush and Genesis have used them. It's called like a bass synthesizer.
Awesome.
So it's basically like a little keyboard that you can play guitar and sing and do whatever you want, but you can touch it with your feet.
To program what and program in there what you want it to play, or
No,
whatever?
I mean, it's like a little keyboard just with foot pedals.
You're gonna play keyboards with your feet?
Yeah.
And guitar at the same time
Yeah.
and sing?
I'm waiting for them to incorporate the keytar.
Guitars?
could
Any
do that.
guitars?
No guitars.
No.
Maybe
Man,
in
talk
Third
about the
City.
band that can do anything right
Third
here
City.
with us right now. Everything. Hand
That-
press, everything, recording. Jesus.
That is pretty awesome. Multi-talented over here.
I'm speechless.
Me too. I don't know what to say. That's just awesome.
You mentioned the keyboards. Shane and I have been really interested in a lot of like
Oh,
80s.
yeah, it's kind of synth music.
Yeah.
We want to incorporate, whether it's like kind of new wave kind of stuff or just like deep bass synths, like the Rush would used to use back in the day. So, yeah, we'll see. And the new record, we're going to try to be as experimental as possible, but also kind of, an evolution from the EP where people will be able to tell we went from there to our new record and didn't completely change. So,
Yeah, we're just gonna try to push the limits
yeah,
because we don't want to just stick in a rut. We're not gonna
Right.
just play the same black metal song for 5 minutes on the whole record. That's not us, you know.
So how does it work with one of your members living in Milwaukee? I mean, when you do practices and everything.
Well, of course, he lives in Milwaukee, but he also goes to Elmhurst College. So,
How-
So he
wait.
lives in a dorm during the semester?
yeah, well, he was
Okay.
living in the dorm when we met him, but now he lives, he's rooming
He's
in
in
a
a
house.
house.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's around basically the whole semester.
Would it be
you know.
funny if he lived in that frat house down the street from me?
No, probably not.
There's a fat house?
The frat house
Oh, I
that's
was
down
like,
the street
what?
from me. It'd be interesting.
But yeah, so he's nearby. I mean, that.
But I
that's
mean,
kind of
when
an
you
issue.
guys are on breaks and everything, like winter break and
We'll
everything.
go up to his house.
Oh, you go up there?
Because we
Do
can
you just
jam
live
in
with
his
him?
basement. Yeah, I mean, we go up there for like a weekend. Like before our first performance, all four of us, all three of us, the rest of us went up to his house. We're there for I think like 3 or 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, I mean, preparing for our first show, we obviously wanted it to be perfect.
Which was
and,
at, you said?
Reggie's Rock Club.
Reggie's, yeah.
Who did
That
you play with at Reggie's?
Is awesome.
Two friends of ours bands. One's called Vit. They're from Ohio. Which John Kerr, if you're listening, thank you. And a band from Washington State called Vestiges, which they've been touring Europe this summer. They're awesome dudes, really cool band. And they were touring, and a friend of ours who books a lot of shows just said, "Hey, I'll put the bill at Reggie's." He works there, and it was
and
awesome.
Of course, Scion.
Oh, Sion played too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great local band played. They're like an instrumental progressive
of
metal band.
Really heavy at times, really influence from video game soundtracks. It sounds kind of
Nice.
weird, but I mean, they make it work.
They're great.
really
What are
well.
they called?
They're called Siom. It's Sioum.
Yeah, they're from Grays Lake area, Illinois.
Yeah, so
And
north of
they're-
here, but yeah, they're close.
Yeah, they're great friends of ours and incredible band. They're
Well, tell them they should come on our show.
yeah.
Hey,
That sounds interesting. I want to check them out.
Because we've got dates still open in November and December.
Hey-o. Well, I want to hear another track.
Okay.
What do you got next for us?
Track 1, Luco.
Yeah,
You can't
track-
say 3. Let's go
Track
to 1.
Okay.
Track 1. This is called "Ash to Stain the Ground." It's when Shane and I met, we had a little more of kind of the U.S. West Coast black metal scene influence.
Oh yeah,
And,
it's more straight up.
Yeah,
you
this
know.
track has some more blast beats, very dark atmosphere compared to the first track we played. So yeah, this is called "Ash to Stain the Ground." It's a first track off of Under the Abysmal Light.
listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we're back. And we just heard the first song this time off of
Under the Abysmal Light.
Under the Abysmal Light. Yes. So that song is about what?
There was an incident that happened kind of near where I live. There was a very sad story that I don't really want to go into, but basically it involved kind of taking a look at what you perceive as usual and knowing that there's a lot of darkness sometimes behind things that look quite normal to you. And I don't know. It's called Ash to Stain the Ground. And
Which, by the way, is a badass title.
thank you.
I thoroughly enjoy that one.
Thank you. And yeah, it's just kind of about
Thoroughly. Sorry.
I don't know, hidden darkness.
It's just it's kind of one of those tracks that I guess at our outset, as a lot of metal bands do, they try to be really grim and really dark, and that was kind of one of our initial songs. We were exploring. We dove right into the darkness, and that's kind of what this song represents.
Yep.
So.
All right then. So the next album that you guys are working on right now, is it all complete?
Partially. It's
It's like 80%.
80%. Yeah. I mean, the guitars, the bass. We kind of the guitars we pretty much have laid out what we want. Vocals, lyrics, we're working on that. We have the concept, 100%, in mind. That we know exactly what we're striving towards. So.
Now, are all those songs also going to be the 8 to 12 minute mark?
No.
Not all of them.
No, I would say
On
think
on
like
side A, it's about 9 minutes, then about 8 minutes, and then gonna have about a 3 or 4 minute track. Because we're trying to think the way bands used to. If we were with a vinyl record, you can only release so much music, and we only want to do one LP, not a double LP. So you got about 20 to 24 minutes per side, and we have it kind of laid out. So we have about 21 or so, 22 minutes per side.
That's pretty badass that you're going to make it a vinyl.
Yeah. A lot of bands in our scene and our friends kind of are very geared towards.
Oh yeah, the old ways,
Yeah.
and even if it's just the '70s, but yeah, we've always wanted to have a vinyl,
think
counterpart for our music.
Yeah.
Will you make CDs for those that don't want to buy a vinyl?
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. We both of us love CDs. In my case, I would say I like vinyl maybe a little more.
Yeah, I think
But,
Shane's
you
even
know.
more into vinyl than I'm recently into vinyl. He's been into vinyl ever since I met him, and I love CDs. We grew up in the '90s, buying CDs.
Oh yeah, of
you know.
course. I mean, this is still awesome. Yeah.
Have you considered making a tape?
Yes.
Ooh,
We
tapes.
joked about that.
Actually,
Really?
Yeah,
But, I mean,
a lot of our buddies are really into the tape scene, and
Yeah.
How do you make a tape?
I still have tapes. I wish my tape player in my car still worked. I'd still be rocking out.
it's a certain demographic. Certain people like tape. I think for the analog-ish quality to the sound, almost a lo-fi-esque.
I used to
sound.
make really shitty demos of me singing songs.
I don't doubt that.
It was really bad.
We could probably churn out tapes pretty cheaply, but
I'm sure we
we
could.
probably could put the next one on tape too, if we wanted.
I'm sure we could.
Limited edition. We only made 10.
Hand numbered.
Hey, we could. I mean, it was kind of I wouldn't say like a joke, but I mean, we didn't take it seriously, but we realized that people in certain circles were obsessed with tapes, and they're like, okay, maybe that's something we can contribute to as well,
Right.
media. So
Now, the one thing I've always thought of is bands that have very long songs. When you play a live show, are you limited to 2 songs sometimes?
I mean, you said you were playing a lot of shows when you began. I mean, how many songs were you playing live?
We were just playing this record all the way through. We played 3 songs.
And then how long is that all the way through?
This is 30 minutes.
30 minutes? So you'd have a 30-minute set.
Right.
And then the other thing I was going to say is, how is it playing close to 10-minute long songs? Is it exhausting?
I'd say we're used to it.
We're used to it, and the kind of
Yeah.
songs we write have little breaks, so the drummer isn't blasting the whole time. We have a lot of. It's almost like I don't know. We both think of it as a movie.
Yeah, it's almost cinematic, but I mean, it's like we're playing 2 or 3 shorter songs within each song. You know, they have individual small movements, so to speak. I mean, we didn't write it that way, but that's just how it turns out. So, you know, one part will be quieter and, you know, more calm, and then it'll be really heavy. And so,
How do you go into writing a song going, we're going to make this 9 minutes long? Like, how does it keep progressing to the point of it's that long?
It's always been, that's just what we do. We've never tried to make songs that are long. It's just what has come out of us. And we both kind of feel that there's always something more we could do, and we don't want to shortchange ourselves by just having a song and not realizing its full potential.
So individually, how did you end up getting into this type of metal music and getting into the instruments that you guys are now playing?
ooh, well, speaking for myself personally, then I'll let John relate his story. I've apparently been into metal music in some way or another.
You say apparently?
Like you
Like
didn't
you
know this
didn't know?
existed?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I didn't know this was going on, but I apparently was into
well,
it.
I say apparently because it was from the crib.
Nice.
When I was like, you know, a month or 2 old, that's when Appetite for Destruction came out, the Guns N' Roses. And I guess I was rocking out to it. And flashing forward from that, my dad had a lot of, you know, 80s metal records, a lot of Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. And then furthermore from that, I guess you could say, discovered more progressive metal, stuff like Opeth, Enslaved. And that really, I feel like once I discovered the more progressive type of metal, then it really took off. And that's kind of where we're going with Austaras. You know, it's those kind of bands and developing on that.
And my background is I started playing violin when I was 3. My father's in the industry, and so music's been a part of my life since I was very young. And I played violin, and I took up guitar when I was 12. And I was always trying to do bands through middle school and high school. I did that, went that route, and I got into extreme metal much later than most people, actually. I only got into stuff with growl vocals when I was 16.
So what were you listening to before that?
Mostly, I came up with a background in like progressive rock and grunge music, the 90s music scene plus the 70s. My favorite bands, you know, stuff like Spirit and Pink Floyd were huge influences on me, and Nirvana and the Smashing Pumpkins as growing up. And once I found Opeth and a band from Sweden called
It was all over.
Vintersorg, it was all over. It combined everything, and I opened up to the more harsh vocal style. And then from there, Shane and I met because of Opeth. And then we started talking about bands like Wolves in the Throne Room and Agalloch from the U.S., and that it just took off.
Yeah, it's kind of funny actually, because up until we met each other almost 4 years ago, we had our own, obviously, you know, independent paths for what we discovered. But since we met, you know, any band either of us had discovered, it's almost been a mutual, like, we'll exchange, you know, oh, have you heard these guys or whatever. So I feel like since then, it's been a combined effort to discover greater music. That's kind of funny how that's turned out.
Yep. You guys are perfect for each other.
Yep.
I'd like to say that's
Bromance.
how Luca and my relationship works, but it's usually me showing him something and he goes, this is shit.
That's basically what I say to everything you show me. This is garbage.
This is garbage, throw it out. And he does the same thing to my brother.
It was all by chance that we just met, and we were both in the same. We've been on the same.
It was all based on your T-shirt.
Yep.
Your T-shirt.
Yeah.
That should be framed.
He was wearing an
Yeah,
Opeth
it's-
T-shirt.
This was it. This was what did it all. This is
I
what
still
started
have
the
this
band.
shirt. Yeah, I still have it. Yeah.
Love at first sight.
Love it first Opeth T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. We didn't go over the whole Opeth. You saw him. I think we did that before the set.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Uh,
so
you-
basically, what happened was, I was still new to Elmhurst College. I was 18, and I see this guy with long Viking hair and an Opeth shirt.
Viking hair.
And and I just stopped. I'm like, wait a second. That's my favorite band.
I know that I need to talk to him.
Yeah. I just went up to him and talked to him, and we ended up going to see Opeth a few weeks later.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember
Wow.
taking the train
Yeah.
to House of Blues.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And yeah.
So there was the shirt and then the show.
Right. And then
Right
after the
after,
show,
yeah.
we decided on the train, you know what, we should get together and start playing guitar together.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for Opeth, there would be no Austaras.
Right.
Boom.
Pretty much.
Or if it wasn't for an Opeth T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, let's hear the last song that you guys have off
Okay.
of this awesome EP you guys brought.
Thank you.
And this is called what?
This is called Spirit Farewell. It's personally my favorite track. It's the last track. It's almost 12 minutes. And there's riffs in the song that were some of the first riffs Shane and I wrote together. So I think it's special, and we've been keeping
it's
it as
very
our,
special, yeah.
our closing track when we play live. So this is Spirit Farewell.
You said spirit farewell.
Farewell.
Yeah, it's on the back of the.
Yeah.
It's going.
It's quiet in the beginning, actually.
Oh, that was.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
We are back.
We
Just
are back.
Took my microphone a second to catch up with my voice. We just heard the last song off your EP, and it was
Titled?
called
Spirit Farewell.
Spirit.
Boom.
I knew it was Spirit something. I was gonna say Spirit Wander. Then I was like, fuck it, no, I'm wrong.
And what was that bad boy about?
Another perseverance type song. Just a big epic journey of this wanderer going through, I don't know.
Having a blank.
Trials, tribulations, a kind of, I guess I kind of envision like almost like a battle scene.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I mean nothing.
That
specific,
one's very
but-
cinematic. It goes through a lot
Yeah.
of different ups and downs.
You should have some animated type music videos for all these songs. I feel they'd be very overwhelming and
Or stick puppets.
mind-blowing.
Or clay
Or-
animation.
boom, all of the above.
Clay animation.
Oh,
But every 4-minute mark is a new scene with
Yeah.
a different effect.
I like it.
And our drummer actually recorded all 12 minutes of that song in one take.
Jeez.
Which is badass.
Yeah. There was no punch-ins. It was just, we didn't have much time left in that studio that day, and we were getting nervous, and he just punched it out in one take.
Fuck it, guys. Give me one take. That's all I need.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah,
Do you do it
was
with his
amazing.
eyes closed?
No,
Partially,
I don't
I'm
know.
sure.
Don't know.
He did it with his hands, no sticks, whole song. Amazing. Craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, that's awesome. That whole EP is just amazing. And these songs are up on your Facebook, right?
And on Bandcamp, and
Mentioned
EPs
the
for
Big
sale.
Cartel, I think.
What?
The Big Cartel, I think we mentioned that.
Right. Big
That's worth
Cartel's our
mentioning
web
again.
store.
Yeah. So.
Awesome.
Well, we're going to take a short little break
Again, with more music.
and take it away, my Josh. You're listening.
Consciousness
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And I can definitely be your doctor, baby. What's going on? That was Shadows of Dawn. I'm sorry. Yeah. Shadows of Dawn with the song Heavenfall from New York, New Jersey / New Jersey. That's how they sent it.
New York, New Jersey / Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, too. I
Because
didn't write that
they
in there.
are scattered about in various regions.
Sorry for the confusion. Dave, our sound guy, is actually graduating, so he is not with us. We have a temp. Josh. Thank you, Josh. But we missed the sweeper. That's why people might get confused.
Sorry about that.
No problem. But yeah, check those guys out. They're pretty bite ice.
Pretty good.
Shadows of Dawn with the song Heavenfall.
So Austaras is back with us, and we've heard their whole EP tonight. So where can people find this limited edition EP as well as other merch, shows that you guys have coming up that you can
Personal
announce?
pictures of you in Germany and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Where
Well-
can I stalk you?
Well, we have our Facebook page and a Tumblr. Tumblr's more behind the scenes shots, and Facebook page is all our news, and our Bandcamp is where we have our record streaming, and our Big Cartel page is our web store.
And
that's-
all these are linked on your Facebook, correct?
And then
Correct.
spell your band name one more time.
It's spelled Austaras.
And then both versions of how it's pronounced.
Correct? Austaras. Normal Austaras.
I like it.
And how many
How many guys
copies
have
do
left?
you have left of this wonderful
what would you
piece of
say?
work?
I'm not exactly sure. I probably have about 20 at my house, and
I probably have like 10.
yeah,
So
we don't have. We
So
don't,
they're limited. So
They're-
get them while
yeah.
they're hot.
So you really don't have a lot left.
we don't have that many left
No.
at this point.
I mean,
I'd have to check our merch bin, but
and where did you sell the majority of these CDs? At shows, or were people buying them offline?
most have
Shows.
been sold at shows. Some
Yeah.
people buy offline, but
Have you considered, because of how limited edition these are, signing them?
Boom.
yeah, we might maybe. We were originally wanted to do like the hand numbered thing, but
Sign just the last one.
that's
The
not a
la-
bad idea.
Boom.
Are there posters in order for you guys?
Yes, definitely. We want to do like silkscreen posters. Want to have
Like with the
patches.
limited edition numbers on the bottom, one of 120 printed.
All that
Yes.
stuff's gonna be in store. We're gonna have a bunch of new T-shirt designs hopefully this fall, and everything under the sun.
And shows coming up.
Yes.
Yes.
You jerk.
Yes, upcoming show is a week from this Sunday, the 19th, at the Ultra Lounge. We're going to be headlining,
Hey.
playing with some friends of ours who came from, was it Connecticut?
Connecticut. Yeah,
Believe.
they're on a U.S. tour right now.
Called Autolatry. I said that right. Very good, progressive,
Black metal,
kind of, yeah.
pretty heavy.
So yeah, definitely try to make it out if you can.
How have you ended up getting, I mean, obviously Facebook is a network, but these bands from out of state that you guys continuously play with?
How do you keep getting in touch with them?
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to meet a bunch of people who have a lot of great connections, and that's kind of helped us get a lot of our shows. We have a few buddies who have booked us that work for MP shows. That's how we've been playing shows with bands like Dragged Into Sunlight, or bands such as all of our MP show gigs. Like this one that we're going to be playing is an MP show at the Ultra Lounge.
Right.
And we're really thankful for that. Otherwise, we're not sure about the future. We're probably going to have to look into getting a booking company. And
Something more formal.
yep.
You know.
And do you know any details on the show on next Sunday? Is the price or time?
I'm pretty sure it's $6, and I'm pretty sure the show begins at 9 p.m.
Yes.
Yep.
That's safe to say.
And you guys are headlining.
Yeah. And another Chicago band is Vanificum. They're symphonic black metal, and what I've heard, it sounds very promising. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them.
Nice.
So, yep.
And then what do you guys have coming up? Nothing after that you plan on booking, or?
I guess we'll see what the future holds. I mean, like we were saying earlier, our main goal in the near future is to get our upcoming album finished being written, finished being recorded and released. And any other shows that come along, say in the next few months, to us they'd have to be pretty meaningful to go with them. We're not just going to grab some random gig at this point because we're focused on the album. But we'll see what comes along.
And hopefully by next summer, we can do some sort of tour, be it U.S. tour or Europe tour, something along those lines.
I didn't ask you this earlier, and I meant to, but have you opened for any signed bands before?
Yeah, quite a few.
Oh yeah, with Corrosion of Conformity.
Yeah, Dragged into Sunlight.
You mentioned Lockup,
Goat Horror.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just the list goes on.
And is there anybody, I mean, obviously Opath, but is there anybody else that is high on your list that you'd eventually like to open for?
Oh yeah, Enslaved.
Enslaved and Opeth are the two highest bands, and our friends in Vilnius in Colorado, we'd love to tour with them. And yeah, Enslaved would be the perfect tour, I think. Agalloch.
Agalloch, hands down.
Are your other two members of your band obsessed with Opeth just like you guys?
Not as obsessed as we are, but they like them.
Obsessed, but I feel like they have enough knowledge to where we can pretty much reference any obscure song and they'll more or less know what we're talking about. So.
Or Enslaved. We all kind of like Enslaved.
Definitely.
Nice. Well, it's that time, and Josh, you got a sweeper for me?
It's time for the local roundup.
Sweet. There are a few events going on in the next week and a few things to do shout-outs for. So shows at Another Hole in the Wall are looking for bands to open for these upcoming shows. One band is needed to play on the 11th, which is actually the Saturday with Into Eternity, Single Bullet Theory, and Rickshaw. And then on September 2nd with Scum of the Earth, Blue Felix, and Aethel. And two bands needed on September 7th with I Empire, Downstate, and Vilify. And then 5 bands are needed on September 28th with Mureu, Hero of Fake, and Life as a Ghost. And these members of these bands are looking for new members. Level the City, well, no, take that back.
Liar.
Different announcement. Level the City from Milwaukee is actually looking to be added onto a show actually for a Friday show this Friday, August 10th. So if you have a show that you're putting together or finalizing, Level the City from Milwaukee wants to jump on board. And then Iconicist from Illinois, I think they're from Illinois, they are looking for a show on August 27th, which is a Monday, to play in Illinois. So bands looking for members. Here we go. Armored Assault looking for a new guitarist.
Rhythm or lead?
I don't know, but we told them that's a bad idea because they're great as a 4-piece. But I mean, if they
sounded
want
pretty
to,
solid. We actually saw them at the Ultra Lounge, and it was probably the best show I've seen them put on.
yes. After the Spire, looking for a drummer. Strongman now looking for a drummer.
After the
They
Spire,
just put
looking
out
for
an
a
EP.
drummer.
You should take it out.
Strongman?
Check it out. Yes, new EP on sale
I want
off their
to see- I want
Facebook. We are getting some to pass out soon, so we will have copies. And then our band at Tune for 1103 still looking for another guitarist
Boom.
and a permanent drummer.
boom.
Unsanctioned from South Elgin is seeking a full-time drummer, so you can contact Jared for details.
You guys know that
You guys
band?
know people?
Yeah, we know
yes.
the former drummer of
Yeah.
Unsanctioned.
Oh, one of those.
The plot thickens.
Sunday is the Soulfly show. That's going to be at Mojo's, and Dark Passengers selling them for $20. So if you want to go, hit them up. Region Shows is looking for a few more locals to open for Design the Skyline, Amst, Silence the Messenger, and Aethel at Mojo's, which is happening on August 29th. And here are the shows for the next week. Starting tomorrow, which is the 8th at Mojo's, it's $15, 21 and up. Occam's Razor, Mainline, Delightful.
Occam's Razor.
I don't know what Occam is, but Occam's Razor.
I wonder if that's the same band that's been around forever.
I don't know. You can look
That's
them up.
funny.
Delightful
Could be.
Downfall, and they are opening for Blackstone Cherry. I like those guys. Thursday, August 9th at Double Door, 21 and up, $5, 8 p.m. We highly recommend you check out this show because we've got friends playing. Rain Inferno, which is also the side project of the bassist from Jungle Rat. I want to say
Boom.
that's right. Miles from Exile, and they're supposedly headlining the show now. And
Miles?
Tony is playing double duty. He's playing a Miles from XL, and he's playing
Armored
filling
Assault.
guitar for Armored Assault, and they are also playing with Trials. So that's going to be awesome. They want as many people to show up at Double Door as possible because they're trying to get Double Door to book more local bands and unsigned bands. Friday, August 10th, the show that we're going to be at the Brower House, $8, 21 and up, the Michael Graves Band.
It
If you
should
don't
be
know,
interesting.
Michael Graves, old singer of the Misfits, should be interesting.
The not as good singer of the Misfits.
I liked Famous Monsters. It's actually one of my
No,
favorite
he's very good,
albums.
but he's no Glenn.
No,
No
nobody
way.
can beat Danzig. But also at Mojo's,
But it should be interesting, and I will be there.
the show that I wish I could go to, but you can buy tickets off of local bands, ADD and Silent Truth for $20. They are opening for In This Moment and All That Remains. I wish I could go. And you should check out In This Moment's new CD, which gets released on the 14th, but I illegally downloaded it.
Oh, you dirty bitch.
But it's awesome, and you will love it, so I will eventually buy it to support them.
Have you listened to it?
Yes, and I love it. It's a lot better than what their past two CDs have been. But
All right.
I have liked their old CDs.
If I listen to it, will I like it? No,
I don't know.
think so.
I honestly don't know.
Don't think so.
Friday, Ye Old Town Inn. It's $6, 21 and up, 9 p.m. It's Carpathian Funeral.
Carpathian?
Thought you were gonna say
Carpathian
Carpathian
Funeral.
Forest.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah,
but
that would have
no,
been a lot cooler.
I think it's a mix of Dark Funeral and Carpathian Forest. But I'm just saying. Deities of Darkness is also playing, and
They're
Apothecarian.
awesome. They're awesome.
Deities of Darkness.
Yes.
Nice. Saturday.
What was
August,
the last band?
Apothecarian.
Oh,
I can pronounce it now.
good
Yes.
job.
Saturday, August 11th is a backyard show. So
Nice.
get a pen ready. It's going to be Homer's Backyard of Doom show.
Homars?
Homer's.
Homers? You dummy.
Homer's Backyard of Doom. And here's the address.
Backyard of
2509 South Kedville in
Spell
Chicago.
that.
It's Kedvale. 2509 South Kedville in Chicago. It's BYOB, all ages, $3. What a deal. And it starts at 4 p.m. And it's going to be Pig Champion, Acidic
Nice.
Assault, Savagery,
Nice.
Nameless Motive,
Nice.
Death Sentence, Smash Potato,
Nice.
Visicant, and Self-Medicated. Smash Potato, if you're listening, I've heard your EP. It's fucking ridiculous, and I need you to come on the show because I am dying laughing listening to it. It's pretty ridiculous, and I'm going to show a ton of people it. My brother is friends with you, and it's pretty interesting. So yeah, Saturday at another Hole in the Wall. It's $12, all ages, 5:30 p.m. Local support is Scars of Armageddon, Acts of Atrocity, Art of the Flesh,
Acts of Atrocity
Something Beautiful, and
is the
Monolith.
shit.
They're opening for Into Eternity, Single Bullet Theory, and Rickshaw. The show that we're going to be sponsoring on Saturday is at Mike's Love and Music.
Boom.
And it's the Massacred by the Queens 3. It's all ages. Starts at 7 p.m. and it's $8. And Silas, Genotype, Stab, Twist, Pull, Lords of a Drunken Pirate Crew, Warside from Madison, Wisconsin is going to be playing. And Final Chapter, Atlanta's Burning, and Bleed for the Fallen. Saturday, August 12th at Cobra Lounge, it's Earthen, Winter Hymn, Anticosm, Imperious, and Beneficum.
I love these really hard to pronounce band names.
Beneficum?
That's who we're playing with.
Want to say.
Yeah.
That's who you're playing with?
Yep.
Yeah.
That show at the Cobra Lounge?
No, different show.
No, but they're on the bill.
Which band?
Beneficum.
Yeah.
Beneficum.
Well, thank
Boom.
God somebody's here to
Good
pronounce
thing- good
it.
thing you guys are here.
Thanks for watching me struggle and laughing at me. That was awesome.
I have a show announcement as well.
Oh, go for it.
Thursday, August 16th, one of our favorite Chicago bands, Beak, is playing at the Empty Bottle at 9:30 p.m. It's $8 or free with RSVP, and I bought their debut LP, and it's fantastic, and I highly suggest anyone into post-metal or any sort of more experimental, awesome, just metal, go check them out.
Nice. The last show happening Monday, which is August 13th at Congress Theater, the All-Stars Tour. It's all ages, 3 p.m. Buy tickets off of the local support. Our guitarist, Alex, who is also the singer of Ocean Walker, is playing with Orinaco.
Taco.
Bassist for Rob Roman, who is unfortunately having to work.
What a
so
pussy.
buy tickets for cheap off of Orinaco, Arkham, Evelyn, Adira, Middle Class Militia, Venom is the Remedy, and Within the Hollow. And they are all opening for Suicide Silence, Dance Gavin Dance, The Word Alive, I See Stars, A Skylit Drive, Winds of Plague, Stick to Your Guns, Attila, For the Fallen Dreams, Straight for the Path, Make Me Famous, Betraying the Martyrs, Obey the Brave, and Ice 9 Kills.
How many bands are playing?
A
Jeez.
shit ton because
When
it
does that
starts
start?
at 3 p.m.
Oh, it was like...
Because it's an all-day thing.
They're opening for 47 bands.
Oh.
Yeah, so those are the show announcements coming out. We've got some...
And where was that at?
Congress Theater.
Well, all right
So
then.
we've got some interesting shows coming up that we are sponsoring. One I'm still waiting for all the finalized detail. That's going to be in September, but it involves camping, and we are going to be camping in Bartlett for a weekend
It should be interesting.
because it's going
Camping
to
in Bartlett?
You can
Yes.
camp in Bartlett?
apparently.
I used to live there.
Really?
There's no
I don't know.
camp.
Well, apparently there's some place where we're going to be camping
There's
with a
some
bunch
festival.
of bands
Maybe
for a
it's in
2-day
a
festival,
backyard or something.
and we are going to be bringing a tent and passing out stuff with a bunch of
Free stuff.
people that we've never met before.
Swag.
It's going to be like sleeping with strangers.
Bunch of free swag.
But we're going to do it. And it's going to be interesting.
gonna do it
and
all
we're
right.
It's going to be fun. So we will send details out in the next couple months. There's also coming up a Chicago Thrash and Death Fest that we are helping sponsor at Vada Brew, which has a lot of awesome bands on it in October. But we're waiting for a commercial to be made by Tony of Enmas.
And Moss. What about what Sunday are we playing the Exit? Are we gonna be?
Oh, yes. Before I forget, August 19th at the Exit, Luco and I are going to be...
Unfortunately, clashes
quote,
with your show.
DJs. We are going to be playing signed and unsigned bands from about 10 to 1, maybe a gap there of time. It might be 10:30 to 2. I don't know what's going on yet,
At
but
the Exit.
you should come to the Exit in Chicago. It's free, so if you don't have money, come out to the Exit. But if not, definitely go see Austaras play at the Ultra Lounge and pay that $6 to see them play. But if you're broke, we understand. So come see us or them. It's your choice.
I have a feeling I'm gonna play a ton of really badass unsigned bands. We get a ton
We do
of
have a
really
lot
good
of stuff.
music.
Varside from Milwaukee, I wanted them to play on this show. They're really cool.
Well,
Well, you can also send us bands to come on our show. We'd love to have people. We've got bookings for November and December open. I think there's 6 dates left for the whole year before we're fully booked, unless a band drops. But next week should be Terror in Its Presence coming on. And one more
coming
time,
on again.
they've got their singer coming with them for a change, and they're going to talk about some new material that they got.
New singer,
New singer, and
They
they
didn't have
might
him
be
last
doing it in acoustic set here. I don't know what's going on
which
yet.
would be pretty
Which
badass.
would be awesome. And one more time for you guys, Austaras, where can people find you online, buy your stuff?
You can check us out on Facebook, search Austaras, on Bandcamp, on Big Cartel, our web store, or on Tumblr. And thanks a lot for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great.
And
Well, thanks for coming on.
good
Thank you.
night.
Yeah, indeed.
You kind of just end done. You
What?
ended that really abruptly.
What do you mean?
And good night.
Okay.
said it in German.
And unter Nacht.
You just said under night.
Nice.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you're paying attention. Well, under night.
Under night, bitches.
Oh man, it is sweaty in here.
Yeah.
Were we just talking?